Back in 2021, a user named Sosnovaya Griva uploaded a video to his YouTube channel. His plan was to go deep into the forest and hunt animals out there. And for most of the footage, everything seemed to go pretty normally. But as it started getting dark and he prepared to continue the hunt, he suddenly came across something disturbing while searching through the forest. If you take a look at the footage, it's pretty terrifying to notice a strange sound coming from the darkness. What makes it even creepier is that there doesn't seem to be anyone else out there in the woods. At one point, he even fires 2 shots into the darkness, and for a short while everything seems calm again. But after he continues going deeper into the forest for the hunt, the weirdness only gets worse. The strange noises coming out of the darkness, completely out of nowhere, make this footage especially creepy. What's even stranger is that after I fired a few shots into the darkness, everything suddenly went silent and no more sounds could be heard for a while. But not long after, the weird noises started again and continued following him throughout the rest of his journey. Thankfully, whatever was making those disturbing sounds, whether it was some unknown animal or even another person hiding out there, never actually attacked him. Ethan runs the Lucas Ranks YouTube channel where he documents his routine outdoor and hunting trips. You wouldn't normally expect much risk from a standard bird hunt, but during this specific recording, Ethan found himself in a truly alarming scenario. This footage was shot in November of 2020 on a freezing early morning duck hunt.
Alright guys, I'm all set up here. Seen a few ducks flying around. Found this laid down tree that's perfect cover. And like I said, I'm only running 2 mojos and a dozen decoys. I'm not going to be picky. If some divers come in, great. If some mallards come in, even better. But I just want to shoot some ducks. I've been deer hunting quite a bit.
It's not uncommon for duck hunters to wade into the water to retrieve a target, especially when they don't have a boat handy. But in this case, Ethan was completely unfamiliar with this particular lake, making it highly unlikely he could have anticipated the sharp drop-off just a few feet off the shore. Once the ground dropped out from under him, his waders quickly filled with freezing water, which doesn't just make it nearly impossible to swim, but actively drags you down into the depths. It's much more likely that the combination of extreme cold and waterlogged gear would cause someone to panic and drown, especially when they are completely alone on a trip. Luckily, Ethan managed to keep his composure, fighting through the muscle-tensing cold to swim back towards safety. These kinds of outdoor mishaps can easily turn fatal, but luckily, Ethan found the underwater ledge and made it out completely unharmed. Justin Gibbons is an Alaskan backcountry hunter and pastor who uses his channel to share DIY hunting adventures with the hunting community. However, during one particular episode, Justin and his friend Colton headed deep into the wilderness for a wolf hunt, but unfortunately they ended up experiencing something completely unexpected out there.
He's right there still.
The bush is moving.
Yeah. Bush just stopped moving. Oh, he's moving them again.
They spotted a bear crouching over something in the woods, seemingly eating a hunted deer nearby. Despite how risky it was, they decided to move closer to it. Normally, most bears react aggressively when someone approaches them, making the situation extremely dangerous. But strangely, the bear showed almost no reaction to their presence, and moments later they ended up discovering something far more disturbing nearby.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Look, these rototill there. That is awesome. He's way bigger than I thought he was when I saw him across the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
What a big bear. Hey, bud, look, we're just gonna get our meat. You're gonna stay in there.
The bear slowly moved away while keeping its eyes on them, almost as if it was getting ready to attack or become aggressive after noticing their presence. Fortunately, though, the bear never charged at them. They were able to safely leave the area with their hunted deer using their boat, and thankfully the rest of their time out there went by without any further problems. During May 2017, an experienced bow hunter named Richard Wesley posted a shocking clip online that captured his terrifying run-in with a black bear deep within the remote forests of Ontario, Canada. In the description of the upload, Richard explained that his first instinct was to remain crouched inside the nearby brush, quietly hoping the huge animal would continue on without realizing he was there. Unfortunately, the surrounding terrain offered very little cover, leaving him exposed in a dangerously open section of wilderness. As the situation escalated, it became obvious how helpless a person can be when confronted by a fully grown predator at close range. The forest floor was packed with loose sticks, dry leaves, and rough ground, making any quick escape nearly impossible. On top of that, the bear itself posed an overwhelming threat, equipped with enormous strength, razor-sharp claws, and enough force to cause fatal injuries within seconds. One swipe alone could have torn through flesh and left Richard bleeding heavily long before rescuers had any chance of reaching him.
Quiet! Quiet! Quiet!
During the attack, the animal made it obvious that it didn't have any intention of letting him escape unharmed. Out of sheer coincidence, Richard kept his grip on his wooden bow and tried his best to protect his upper body. The bow jammed directly into the bear's open jaw, and over the next few seconds, the creature struggled to bite down through the thick piece of equipment. Thanks to the weapon's positioning, the initial shock of being violently slammed into the dirt and seeing the massive predator standing over him quickly turned into a miraculous moment in which the beast decided to give up and wander away.